Solid workout though. Solid workout. This is probably gonna get really bad, and I'm probably gonna fail quite a few times, so prepare yourselves to watch that. Prepare yourselves. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some daily workout content where you get to watch me suffer and I get to talk about it and we just get to laugh at it together. So let's go ahead and get started. We are off in 3. So, where'd this workout come from? First of all, this workout came from a friend of mine and a multiple-year CrossFit Games veteran, Daniel Tyminski. The workout is 15 snatches at 165, 15 snatches at 185, and 15 snatches at 205. These are full snatches, not power snatches, okay? And every second minute on the minute, including 0, you are going to do a 50-foot handstand walk. So really, this was Daniel's workout. So really, it really taxes your shoulders on what they're capable of, considering you're locking out overhead and walking, right? And then you're coming back to the bar and locking out overhead in a fast twitch muscle movement. So I decided to switch it up a little bit, considering there's probably not going to be very many options at the games or in these competitions where you really just handstand walk normally. So I decided to challenge myself and add a handstand obstacle course. I'm still handstand walking 25 feet. Might be a little bit shy of 25 feet, but I'm handstand walking pretty much 25 feet, but now I have a handstand obstacle in the middle of it. So I'm going 25 out, 25 back. The same can be said, I mean, it's the same thing for the bars, the same thing for the weights. The only difference is I'm handstand walking 25 foot out and up a ramp and down a stair. I'm then turning around that cone in the back, and I'm coming back 25 feet up the stairs and down the ramp. Now, you may not own a handstand obstacle ramp, and totally understandable, not very many people do own it. So Daniel's workout of a 50-foot handstand walk is still, in my mind, a great workout to try. Like, I think, I don't understand why it didn't catch on more when I found it a while ago. I saved it in my phone, kind of forgot about it. I don't know why it didn't catch on with more people. I think it's a great test of overhead stamina, right, first of all, but then it also involves not only a skill. Handstand walking 50 feet is a skill. Handstand walking 50 feet, we're just talking about the normal workout. So handstand walking 50 feet is a skill, and then we're doing a skilled barbell movement. You know, it's not like a deadlift where like anyone can grab a bar and deadlift, or anyone can, you know, power clean, or thrust, or shoulder overhead, or whatever it may be. No, this is a full snatch, and it's a light enough weight that you can go and move pretty quickly through it. It's not like you're standing there resting at the barbell. So I was kind of shocked that more people didn't try it out. And so this is my attempt at it. Instead of doing a 50-foot handstand walk, though, straight in the floor, I decided to sub it out with an obstacle like we talked about. Like I mentioned, if you don't have an obstacle, the handstand walking itself is completely fine. I think your time will be a little bit faster if you have the ability of handstand walking on the ground and not having to do an obstacle. So, for instance, if I got to do a handstand obstacle, so right now I'm done, so just to stop myself, right now I'm actually done with the 15 at 165. I think I did like 12 and 3 or 11 and 4, I don't really know. And so now I gotta change my weight to 185. So if I had the ability to just do a 50-foot handstand walk with no obstacle, it obviously would have been a little bit faster, because the fact you'll see me resting before I do it. So I feel very comfortable. I've talked about this in previous videos, but I feel very comfortable in certain portions of a handstand obstacle. I'm not super comfortable at the stairs as I am at the ramp. I love the ramp, the ramp's easy. But the stairs sometimes throw me for a loop, considering it requires, okay, which hand goes forward. Sometimes if I mess it up and I go my other hand forward, I need to catch myself. And, you know, you get into the whole issue of, do I hand replace? Do I do it one hand on each step, or both hands on both step, or do I skip a step? And so that kind of gets in that issue, and you're thinking about it, and then you're failing, and then you're getting frustrated, and then it's a big circle. So, I obviously took time, like for instance, right here. Like, so if there was a 50-foot handstand walk, straight up, no obstacle, straight distance, I would not sit there, wipe my hands in chalk just to go up an obstacle. Because the fact of the matter is, for those of you who have used one of these handstand obstacles from Titan or from AIA, you will find out in the summer when it's hot and humid that these things do not dissipate water or sweat very well, and they're not meant to, right? I'm not expecting them to, but when you get them wet, it's waterproof, and so it just sits there. It doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of rolls down or sits in a pool, especially on the stairs, because you got to remember, every time you hand replace, it's kind of like you put a little divot in that padding, and so it might like go away after some time, but you put that weight down, you create these little pockets, and that's where your sweat goes. And so it becomes difficult to handstand walk on it because you're just sweating all over this thing. And so when you get done and you turn around and got to come back up the stairs, you're walking in pools of sweat up the ramp. And so that becomes difficult. And so like what I'm trying to say is, if you handstand walk on the ground, still a great workout. Please attempt it. It's awesome. It's a really fun workout. But remember that it's a little bit easier considering the floors don't pool sweat as much, and then you can obviously just shift and handstand walk in different spots. So this is really the first time in about a month I felt semi-comfortable actually full snatching. And right now I'm braking because, not braking, the clock's still running. I have to stop because it's so stinking humid here that the tape on my thumbs came off. It's just so wet, it just slipped off my thumb, so I'm trying to replace it on this time cap. So, yeah, awesome humidity. Such a great time. So this is the first time, like I mentioned, that I felt semi-comfortable squat snatching, or full snatching, I'm sorry. I haven't been able to do it in a few months. Obviously, this is just 185, 165, and 205, so it's not heavy by anyone's means. But right now, it feels pretty stinking heavy, considering I haven't been able to snatch in a few weeks. So I really want to test it out, and I thought this is kind of a good workout to test it out. And the reason, I think it's the first time I failed. The reason I threw the handstand obstacle out there, for one, is because you will see it at the games. And it's always good to be really good at it, even when you're tired. And then for two, it slows me down. So it slows me down because I'm not getting back to the bar with oodles of time. Like the first 2-minute section I did, I think I got back to the bar and I had like 90 seconds left. If I was doing a 50-foot handstand walk with no obstacle, that would probably be similar in every round, because 50-foot handstand walk is super easy and super fast and requires little to no attention to detail. Whereas the obstacle will take up more time. You're seeing me get back with a minute left, sometimes with 45 seconds, and so it becomes slower and slower. I don't have as much time. So I really decided I wanted to use handstand obstacle. One, it was harder, and then two, because I didn't want to have to go as fast. I wanted to really test my knee out, and so I changed the stimulus of the workout. I knew that if I added the obstacle in there, I would have to go slower, and I have to be more controlled. And so that's why I decided, instead of going balls out crazy, I decided, okay, well, I'm just gonna slow myself down, make sure these snatches are good, because I'm gonna be slowed down because of the snatches. So, I mean, you could also make the argument that, well, okay, you're getting back and you only have 30 seconds, so you're actually going as fast as you can in 30 seconds. That argument can also be made. So, you know, I could totally understand that. So I finished up my 185 within 4 rounds. So it took me 2 rounds to finish 165, and then 2.5 rounds to finish 185, right? Because my 165 was kind of split with, I think I got like 3 reps in there, and so I got some there. So now I'm going on to my 205, which is gonna be heavy for me at this point, to be honest, especially for reps like this. And you might ask yourself, okay, well, why didn't you consider going touch and go? I don't think it would have been a good idea. I think right now I'm just trying to lower my heart rate as much as I can, because it's hot, I'm sweating everywhere, everything's wet, the bar is soaked. I'm just trying to make sure I grip this bar and then it goes from point A to point B like I want it to. So that's kind of what I was focusing on. This will be my first rep of 205. Hopefully it's pretty. It probably won't be, but we're gonna find out. And always, as usual, if you're in the great state of Kansas and you are working out in the middle of summer, make sure there are multiple towels around to wipe your hands. So first rep, I've got 20 seconds. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to rush myself here. That's 1. I believe I got 3, I think, as if I recall correctly. And I felt more comfortable as these went along. I mean, I'm getting 3 in 15 to 20 seconds. And that's not shabby at all, especially when I'm tired. All right, so I think that's 3, so I'm going to 15, so I've got 12 more. I think in this part of the workout, I'm thinking, okay, like I've mentioned in previous videos, I do a lot of math in my head, or at least try to kind of figure out what I'm capable of, where I'm at, and how do I get there. I set a goal that I would have liked to have done the 165 in 2 rounds, the 185 in 2 rounds, which I was capable of doing, right? And then, well, actually, it's not true. I wanted to be done with 185 at the end of round 4. No, which I did that. And then I wanted to be able to get the 205 into three sets, which is 5, 5, and 5. I don't think I was capable of doing that because I think I had a few fails, not only in my snatches, but also fails in the handstand walk. And to be honest, like, the thing about a snatch is, like, when you fail a snatch, when you're feeling good at snatches, when you're going, you're knocking out reps, and you have that confidence every time you hit one. You're like, okay, that one felt good. I can do that again. Okay, that one felt great. I can do that again. But as soon as you fail one, it's almost like your body says, I need to rest. When in actuality, if you had hit that one, you'd have that confidence, say, okay, I can do another one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's not just me. I think that's other people too that think that way. And so at that point, that's kind of what happens is you'll see me, I don't know if sure it's this one or the next round. I think it's this round. I fail one, and I had to sit there and think, okay, I just failed. I need to rest a couple seconds before I hit another one. When in actuality, if I'd hit it, I would just keep going. I think I'm going for 5 this round. I want to get 5, but I'm pretty sure I only get 4 because I think I missed this one right here. No, I don't. Okay, maybe it's been the next round. So my goal was to finish this in, let's see, 2 rounds, 165 puts me at 4 minutes, 8 minutes. My goal was to finish this at 14 minutes, which I wasn't able to do. You're gonna see I'm gonna finish around right at the 16-minute mark. It's funny how in workouts like this, you pretty much are guaranteed to finish right at whatever is required for a penalty, you know, whether that's every minute or every 3 minutes or every 2 minutes, you always tend, for at least me, you always tend to finish like right at that point or right before. You're never like, oh, I only have 1 snatch left, so I'm just gonna go back and hit my snatch and then I'll be done and I have 50 seconds of rest. No, it's always like, I have 3 seconds and I have to hit this lift. So we've already kind of talked about, I've already done a video on the handstand obstacle, kind of my thoughts about how to improve to it, and this is just another honestly, another video of showing how I do it and why I do it. Like, I mean, the ramp shifted, so I had to move it back. It would be really easy to just, you know, go slow, hit this ramp really slow, and not have to snatch, and not have to be breathing heavy, and that's fine. That's great to slow down your heart rate and learn how to use the ramp in the beginning. But at some point, you're gonna have to transition over and say, okay, now I'm gonna focus on, can I do this ramp under fatigue? And now, can I do this ramp under complete fatigue and the fact that, you know, my shoulders are shot from snatching? You know, at this point, I've already done 30 snatches at 165, 185, and I'm in the middle of 205, and it's not like yep, there's my fail. So irritating. It's not like I'm setting the bar down, walking around, you know, taking like 4 seconds of rest before I snatch. I'm dropping the bar, grabbing it, gripping, ripping, and going again. So at some point you're gonna need to, if you're looking at really improving on the ramp, you're really gonna need to focus on that. And believe me, it's gonna be frustrating in the beginning. It's gonna be super frustrating to be like, here I am sitting at this ramp again, just like staring at it, not getting anywhere and failing. Believe me, I've done it and I still do it. Like I'm still failing this ramp. You're gonna watch me, I think this is my final round. And I believe I fail up the ramp, which to me, the ramp is the easiest part of the workout. But I believe I fail here because I get a little lackadaisical. I know, at this point, I know I can finish it, and I'm not thinking about it, and I believe I fail the ramp. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe I fail the stairs. I think I fail something. I'm calling out all these shots. Like, oh, I'm gonna fail it here. And I've been wrong every single time. Good job, Jacob. You're doing awesome. Everyone cheer for me. Come on, Jacob. Chalk those hands. Stop being a little girl. Kick up. I believe I fail here. And that's partially because, yeah, there it is. And so when I usually fail, it's because my weight is, so if I'm going this direction, right, my hand's on the ground, I'm walking this direction. When my weight is not over my body in the direction I'm going, if it's not like leaning forward, then I'm probably gonna fail on the stairs, because you need that momentum, especially going into the ramp. Because the ramp, you have to realize the ramp and the stair are completely different. The ramp just requires that you have that center of mass leaning forward because you're going at an incline, so your hands are at an incline. But you have to understand, when you approach the stairs, your hands aren't at an incline, they just have to be raised up and placed on the next step. So your hands are still flat with the ground. They're not rotated at all, like like rotated at a degree at all. They're instead up and down and placed up and down. So it's kind of like, I believe personally, like you need to learn, the ramp requires that you learn how to put your center of mass of your body forward to create momentum. All right, I'm done. But then you also have to realize that the stairs, in order to be good at, you need to be good at hand replacing, like shoulder taps. Well, I was really hoping to go a little bit faster and get done in the round before it. But that 205, a few of those misses killed me. And a few of those handstand walk killed me too. Solid workout though, solid workout. Took that from Daniel Tyminski and kind of changed it a little bit different. Oh. I look like a sweaty, terrible mess, don't I? Hey, appreciate you guys watching. We'll talk to you guys later. If you want to watch a video that's just like this, my last video, click here. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.